Now, after gathering all the instruments, after taking all the instruments, we can go to the any industry for the energy audit. What is the energy audit procedure that we are going to see now? As we know, energy audit means it is the verification, monitoring, and analysis of use of energy and submission of technical report for the recommendation of for improving energy efficiency and the action plans to reduce the energy consumption. Now, as far as objective of the energy audit is concerned, we need to identify energy input. We need to assess present pattern, what is the consumption, where it is going on, the energy input and the production output, where there is a possibility of energy economy or where the area that we can focus so that there is a possibility of energy conservation or some reduction of energy, where the wastage of energy is there inside that industry, what are the energy saving potential areas and targets. Implementation of these measures of for the energy conservation and realization of profit. So these are the objectives. Objectives are very clear. So these objectives that we'll understand in detail when we go further. What is energy audit? Energy audit is periodic examination of energy system. It is a top-down initiative. That means top management. So the company owner, the vice president, all general managers are they should more interested for the audit. The worker and the engineer or the diploma supervisor, they are not that much directly connected related to initiative. Initiative means who should start the audit. So top management should decide. Owner should decide. So it is just like a accounting of energy. What will happen if the energy audit is done? So there is a awareness of energy efficiency. It will give the cost of energy that we are going to use. What is the wastage inside the industry? Is there any wastage inside the industry? Is there any need of any process equipment which save the energy? Is there any another technology which is more efficient than whatever used inside the industry? Is there any renewable energy that can be used inside the industry? Or is it there a possibility of protection of environment by reducing some power generation? Or is it possibility of reducing energy cost? So that is the main advantages of energy audit. Energy audit gives all these things and monitor all these things so that there should be lesser energy required for that industry. Now, as far as procedure is concerned, the energy auditor team will first gather all the information about the industry. If I take simple sugar industry is having first crushing of sugar cane, sugar juice making, brown sugar making, crystallization of that brown sugar, washing of that brown sugar into white sugar. So these are the processes. For that processes, we need for the crushing, we need some crushers. For the boiling, we need some boilers. For the sulfurification, we need some sulfur gases and chambers. For crystallization, we need crystallization chamber. For that, for washing, we need centrifugal type of machine. So different machines and different processes are required for the sugar factory. So this is an example. So whenever any auditor go to the industry, first he will gather the information, conduct the plant visit, analyze all these things, make a report, and submit to the higher authority. So the type of energy audit performed is depend upon the what is the function and type of industry. If it is a simple welding workshop, and if it is a chemical industry, so these are two different types of industry. Welding workshop, fabrication workshop doesn't have that much opportunity to save the energy, because already whatever welding machines or machines are there, all these machines are already energy efficient machines. So there is no much opportunity. But if you go for the chemical industry are having lot many instruments. In that there is a flow of fluids. So in that case, detailed study is required. And how much is the potential inside that particular industry is also important. Is the industry is very new? Is the industry is very old? If the old industry is there, that means old industry is having very old instrument. If the old instruments are there, then it has to be replaced with new technology. So there is a potential. So energy auditor teams has to decide, is there any potential to save the energy or not. So depend upon that, energy audit can be classified into two types: preliminary audit and detailed audit. Now, what is preliminary energy audit? Preliminary, the word itself, that means only you have to go through, walk through the industry. Walk through means you have to just visit to the industry. You have to take some minimal interviews, interviews of top management, interviews of engineers, interviews of supervisors and workers. See the major problem areas. If there is a problem area, major problem areas. So you can say that the boiler, the combustion chamber, or you can say the cooling tower, or the transport system, conveyors. So whatever major areas inside any industry, you have to look at that major areas. List out energy conservation measure. Yes, here there is a need of any other instrument, better instrument, so that you can reduce the energy. Now, this small improvement during the short survey observation measurement, that should be given to the top management, and top management will decide whether you must go whatever changes suggested by the committee or not. So this is preliminary energy audit. In the preliminary energy audit, there is only identification of the problem. There is some short meetings, short data collected, visit of the industry, analyze all these different major problem areas, final compliances, final compilation of all these problems to have some better solutions or opportunities and or implementation required, give it to the top management, and again monitor and give some target so that they will implement the whatever suggested energy conservation and measures. So that is the walkthrough basic. Now, if you want to go for detailed energy audit are having three different phases. Phase one is pre-audit phase, phase two is audit phase, and phase three is post-audit phase. One by one, we'll go in detail about one. So, what is the step one? First step is take some walk through the audit, take some informal interview with energy management or production manager. What is the purpose behind that? The purpose behind that is organize instruments, time frame, collect some macro data. Macro data means a big data, not a minor level or small data. Macro level data connection, familiarization with process, first hand observation and assessment. So this is the first step. So That means being an auditor, if you say, if the diploma holder after his completion of diploma, if he say go and do the audit, so what should be the first step that we have to do? First, you meet the manager. Yes, sir, I am coming for the audit. What is the processes inside your industry? Show me the processes. Now, after that, step two is conduct brief meetings aware about the audit. Yes, you must, that particular diploma holder should say, sir, yes, I came here for some awareness program should be conducted, some meeting should be conducted with a divisional head, person concerned with energy. But because of that, what will happen? So step two is building some cooperation, questionnaire, orientation, awareness, all these things that should include in the step two. Because of step two, you'll get familiar with the industry. इंडस्ट्री में क्या क्या है, कौन से प्रोसेसेस चलते हैं, कौन मैनेजर है, किसके पास कौन सा चार्ज है, who is going to conduct all this. What is the audit aim? उसमें क्या करना है? To finalize energy audit team. So कौन से टाइप के इंस्ट्रूमेंट उसके हिसाब से एनर्जी ऑडिट टीम बनाना पड़ेगा. आइडेंटिफाई द मेन एनर्जी कंज्यूमिंग एरिया, कहाँ ज्यादा एनर्जी लग रहा है, कहाँ कहाँ यूजफुल कोल boilers are there. Is there any electrical energy, more consuming electrical energy is consuming area is there? Is there any petrol or diesel generators are there? Is there any uh, other type of energy related instruments are there? All these things we have to identify. Okay, so is there any steam, oil, gas, or electrical measuring instruments are installed or not? Is there any new instruments are required for the carrying out? So we have to take how much amount of time is required for the audit. All this data should be get collected, and the pre-audit team should get aware about the audit. The industry people also should get aware about the audit is the main aim in the pre. The next phase is audit. Audit means actual thing that we are going to do. So what we have to do under that audit? So we must go inside the factory. Inside the factory, primary data gathering, process flow diagram and energy utilization diagram. So we know that in industry, it may be, for example, uh, it is a uh, motorcycle assembly line. So motorcycle assembly line is the particular assembly line in which you'll find there is a use of electrical energy, there is a use of pneumatic energy. So these energy which are utilized on that particular assembly line. For that you have to collect the data. How much pneumatic tools are used? How many tools are in working condition for how much time? What is the pressure requirement? What is the flow requirement is there? Is the flow of pneumatic air is supplied? Is that particular supplied flow is uniform? What are the other instruments? Is instruments are working with electricity? Whether whether the electric power supply design is proper, whether the schedule of operation is uh, in single shift or double shift, how much amount of annual energy bill or any other bill, energy consumption bill is there. Is the consumption pattern is uniform or it depends upon demand? So all this data has to collect in the second phase. Now, in the collecting industrial information, you must collect whatever processes, whatever technology used, whatever what is the capacity, what is the amount and type of material, what is the water consumption, what is the fuel consumption, electrical consumption, steam consumption, compressed air consumption, cooling water consumption, quantity and type of wastage generated, what is the percentage of reduction, what is the yield or efficiency of that industry. All these things first we must collect. So in particular industry, if there are heating components, you will find boiler, furnaces, IC engine, co-generator. Electrical component, you may find motor, pumps, fans, blowers. Auxiliary component, you'll find compressed air, cooling towers, lighting systems, HVAC systems. Process component in that there is a chances that the industry may be bulk production, there is mass production, batch production, or any other type of production. So all these thing, all this particular has to monitor and we have to collect all the data. Once the data is collected, we must concentrate, we must judge where whether we must concentrate and there is a possibility of energy conservation. Just like for example, uh, if we say we have concentrated on the pneumatic system, the air compressed air system. In that compressed air system, you may find that there is a reciprocating compressor and tank is used. Now there is a reciprocating compressor. That means there is a possibility of energy conservation. So we have to measure. You have to measure whatever output from that reciprocating compressor. In the reciprocating compressor, you may measure the motor capacity, how much is the losses in the motor, is there any leakages in the pneumatic system, how much amount of air is, or what is the volumetric efficiency which comes out from that particular air compressor. Is it is there any possibility that the air compressor which is reciprocating type can be replaced with any other type of compressor or not? So for that detailed survey and monitoring is required. So for that you must go for measurement of motor survey, insulation survey, lightning survey, portable instrument for collecting all the data, whatever instrument that we have seen in the last lecture that we must use there here, and we must collect the data. Now detailed trials and experiment for selected energy gadgets. We can have a trials. So once we say that yes, there is a possibility of energy conservation in that instrument, we must go for trial. You can monitor very deeply. There is a 24 hours trial of that particular air compressor, or there is a 24 hours trial on the pumps or fan or compressor. There is a trial on boiler efficiency trial. There is a furnace efficiency trial. There is a equipment performance and experiment, etc. So we must go for detailing of the audit. So in the detailing of the audit, we must put some trials. We must visit, stay there for 24 hours. Auditor team should stay there for 24 hours without disturbing production process. Monitor all the things, monitor all the data. In that site inspection and measurement, we must go for all these things. So running hours of all systems we must see, running hours of other equipments, internal comfort condition of temperature, airflow, lighting level, location of ACs, use of energy efficient lighting is there or not. So thermostat and switches which are provided there, they are in exact position or not. What is the air consumption, abnormal water and air consumption is there or not. So all these things we have to observe during this monitoring. Next step is step number 6. After monitoring all these things, we must analyze. Analysis of that monitor data is necessary. In that, you must prepare an energy balance. How much energy is actually expected from that particular instrument and how much energy is consumed. If there is a, for example, in air compressor, the 10 HP motor is fitted over there, which use only very less 30 to 35% efficient working, then you must see what is the energy balance. Is there any energy losses or wastages are there? It is that reciprocating compressor is having some blow by losses or any other losses or leakages. All these things you must identify. So in the identification and development of energy conservation opportunities, you must you must carry out very refined study, and you must review and see the previous idea. So is there any idea previously suggested? Is there any changes in the system is suggested? You have to see all these things, and after all monitoring and analysis, you must come to some conclusion. For that conclusion, you may need some brainstorming sessions and value analysis technique that you must utilize for that. So you must have some good analytical tool that should be used for, for these these energy conservation opportunities. So how to analyze the data? So for that, screen and spot the parameter with values and trade. Find work that saves energy. Investment can be repaid by the saving. Irregularities caused by the changes in the occupancy or whether other activities are there. To identify the potential EMOs and calculation should be perfect. You can see, you can have a simple example of flowchart of penicillin G manufacturing. Lot many systems. So there is a germinator, there is a pre-fermenter, fermenter, non-filter, growth tank, filter tank, extraction, all these processes are there. And you may find, you can see there is a wastage of steam in some of the filter press and extractions. So that steam leakages, that waste steam, that you must show on the analysis. Now, whatever analysis you might have seen there, you must bifurcate all these analysis and the possible energy conservation opportunities in the 4 different categories. So what should be the priority? Economical feasibility is most important. If you suggest something, for example, किसी इंडस्ट्री में डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिंग एयर कॉम्प्रेसर का इफिशियंसी आपको आपने ऑब्जर्व किया, इट इज वेरी वेरी लेस, then you should replace this old distributing compressor with a new screw compressor. But whether it is economical feasible or not, that is also important. Is there any risk by changing this particular screw compressor with receiving compressor or not, or is there any technical feasibility? तो उसमें economical feasibility में क्या आता है? What is the new cost of screw compressor if I replace the old one? Is that particular air compressor is economical feasible? एयर compressor screw compressor लगाने से जो सेविंग होने वाला है, what is the saving inside that? क्योंकि हमने जो रेसिप्रोकेटिंग कंप्रेसर लगाया है उसका मोटर का जो कंजम्पशन आ रहा है, दैट कंजम्पशन इफ इट इज वेरी वेरी हाई, जो कंजम्पशन कम होने वाला है उसमें और कंजम्पशन जो ज्यादा आ रहा है उसमें डिफरेंस है, तो ही वो इकोनॉमिकली फिजिकल फिजिबिलिटी हो सकता है। मतलब कुछ सेविंग हो रहा है क्या, देर इज अ डायरेक्ट मनी सेविंग और नॉट, दैट यू मस्ट सी। टेक्निकल फिजिबिलिटी में जो पुराना रेसिप्रोकेटिंग कंप्रेसर जो आउटपुट दे रहा है, is the new air compressor is available in the market, उसका स्क्रू कंप्रेसर वैसा ही टेक्निकल फिजिबल अवेलेबल है, दैट यू मस्ट सी। रिस्क फिजिबिलिटी में क्या हो सकता है, रिस्क फिजिबिलिटी में whether that screw compressor whether the screw compressor can work for the longer period of time as replacement of receiving air compressor or not, so such type of thing we must see। तो उसमें द फर्स्ट एक गुड प्रायोरिटी किसको बोल सकते हैं, इफ इट इज वेरी वेल इकोनॉमिकली फिजिबल टेक्निकल फिजिबल एंड देर इज नो रिस्क, देन इट इज गुड। कुछ ऐसे इंस्ट्रूमेंट है, देयर मे बी चांसेस दैट देर इज अ मे बी प्रोबेबिलिटी इकोनॉमिकली, यस इट कैन बी इकोनॉमिकल फिजिबल, एग्जिस्टिंग टेक्नोलॉजी में कुछ कंफर्मेशन है, there is a minor losses or there is a minor risk, then it's okay, maybe you can replace। लेकिन कुछ ऐसे इसमें प्रायोरिटी थर्ड जो हेल्ड पुअर इकोनॉमिकल फिजिबल है, क्योंकि उसको अमेरिका से मंगाना पड़ेगा, तो इट इज नॉट इकोनॉमिकल फिजिबल। इतना बड़ा इंस्ट्रूमेंट रिप्लेस कर रहे हैं तो उसका कॉस्ट ही इतना होगा कि वो छोटी इंडस्ट्री के लिए इकोनॉमिकली फिजिबल ही नहीं है, सो दैट इज पुअर डिफाइन। टेक्निकल फिजिबिलिटी में हमने उसे ला भी लिया यहाँ पे, तो उसको मेंटेनेंस निकल आया तो इंडस्ट्री बंद करना पड़ेगा, सो इट इज नॉट टेक्निकल फिजिबल। रिस्क इज वेरी वेरी डाउटफुल, बहुत ही रिस्क है, क्योंकि इंडस्ट्री बंद, एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट से इंडस्ट्री बंद हो रहा है, so it is very very risky। The next property is no। No means if the economical feasibility is not there, कुछ रिप्लेस करके कुछ फायदा नहीं हो रहा है, टेक्निकल फिजिबिलिटी भी नहीं है और रिस्क भी ज्यादा है, then forget about such type of instrument change। Okay, so in the second phase the cost benefit analysis is main important thing। जितने भी हमने सजेशन दिए हैं, whether these suggestion are technically feasible, economically viable, कुछ फायदा होता है तो ही हम उनको सजेशन दे सकते हैं, अदरवाइज नहीं दे सकते। उसमें भी यू कैन प्रायोरिटी से उसको बता देना, यस दिस बॉयलर कैन बी रिप्लेस विथ समथिंग एल्स, दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रोसेस में आप स्टीम जो यहाँ पे दे रहे हो उसको रिप्लेस करके आप गर्म हवा से दे सकते हो। सर सच टाइप ऑफ थिंग यू कैन सजेस्ट। आपको जैसे जहां जहां भी लगता है कि यहाँ पे लीकेज खत्म हो सकता है, यहाँ पे वेस्टेजेस कम हो सकते हैं, यहाँ पे कुछ इंस्ट्रूमेंट बदला जा सकता है, लेकिन बदला जा सकता है तो जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट नया आ रहा है whether it is cost benefit or not, वो बदलने से इंडस्ट्री को फायदा होता है या नहीं है, फायदा नहीं होता है तो nobody is going to replace that, तो ऑडिटर कुछ काम का नहीं है ऐसा बोलेंगे। ओके, सो एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज में कुछ ऐसे अपॉर्चुनिटीज आप देयर जो ज्यादा कॉस्ट नहीं लेंगे, कुछ लिटिल कॉस्ट के लेंगे और कुछ सिग्निफिकेंट इन्वेस्टमेंट लगेगा। तो कैटेगरी वन में कौन सा आता है, विदाउट नो कॉस्ट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में क्या आता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपकी इंडस्ट्री में लाइट ही कमा रहे हैं, सो यू कैन हैव सम विंडो टू बी ओपन, जहां जहां भी आपका लाइट सिस्टम है उसको थोड़ा बहुत चेंज करो, विदाउट एनी मच एडिशन यू कैन इम्प्रूव लाइट इनसाइड द इंडस्ट्री, ऐसा सजेशन आप दे सकते हो। कुछ लिटिल कॉस्ट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में क्या आता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल एसी रूम्स है, सीएनसी मशीन का जो पूरा आपका वर्कशॉप है वो एसी है, लेकिन वहां पे आपने कुछ वजह से डोर बंद चालू रखे हैं, तो यू कैन सजेस्ट डोर बंद कर दो, जहां जहां भी ओपनिंग है वहां पे इंसुलेशन लगा दो, दैट विल हैव सम लिटिल बिट कॉस्ट, लेकिन आपका एसी का खर्चा बच जाएगा। जहां जहां स्टीम के ट्रैप लगते हैं, वो स्टीम ट्रैप अनवांटेड स्टीम ट्रैप है, उसको बंद कर दो। विथ लिटिल कॉस्ट यू कैन इम्प्लीमेंट दैट। सिग्निफिकेंट इन्वेस्टमेंट में क्या आता है, टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज कर दो। कुछ इंडस्ट्री में बहुत ओल्ड टेक्निक यूज किए हैं, यू कैन सजेस्ट सम न्यू टेक्निक्स which are useful, which is having very less energy conservation, और कुछ एनर्जी सेविंग होने की वजह से कुछ साल के बाद आपको न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी का खर्चा जो है वो बच सकता है। सो दैट इज द पोस्ट ऑडिट फेज। पोस्ट ऑडिट फेज में आपको आपने जो जितने भी पीएमओज सजेस्ट किए हैं उसको रिपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा। वॉट एवर एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज उसको प्रेजेंट करना पड़ेगा, प्रेजेंट टू द टॉप मैनेजमेंट। टॉप मैनेजमेंट मतलब जो ओनर है, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट है, जीएम है, उनको रिपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा। सो रिपोर्ट करने के बाद इम्प्लीमेंटेशन होता है क्या? सो देयर इज अ यू मस्ट सजेस्ट सम एक्शन प्लान। नया कंप्रेसर रिप्लेस करने से आपको 2 करोड़ रुपए ज्यादा लग रहा है, 2 करोड़ रुपए ज्यादा लग रहा है, लेकिन पर मंथ आपका 1 लाख का सेविंग हो रहा है, तो 12 लाख रुपए आपके सेविंग हो जाएंगे। 2 करोड़ निकलने के लिए आपको 10 साल तक वेट करना पड़ेगा। सो सच टाइप ऑफ एक्शन प्लान यू मस्ट यूज। एक्शन प्लान में ये भी सजेस्ट कर सकते हो, जहां जहां आपके इनकैंडिसेंट लैम्प है उसको एलईडी लैम्प से रिप्लेस कर दो। एलईडी लैम्प का जो खर्चा आएगा दैट डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली सेव्स योर लाइट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, लाइट का बिल कम आ जाएगा। आफ्टर 5 years ऑल एलईडी लैम्प जो रिप्लेस किए थे उसका खर्चा निकल जाएगा। सच टाइप ऑफ कॉस्ट सेविंग एनालिसिस भी आपको करके देना पड़ेगा। सो दिस इज द एनर्जी ऑडिट रिपोर्ट। एनर्जी ऑडिट रिपोर्ट में ऐसा आपको समरी देना पड़ेगा। देयर इज इंट्रोडक्शन, इन द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑब्जेक्टिव, स्कोप, ऑडिट टीम कौन कौन है, डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ इक्विपमेंट, कौन से इक्विपमेंट का आपने एनालिसिस किया है, एचवीसी इंस्टॉलेशन, लाइट इंस्टॉलेशन, इलेक्ट्रिकल इंस्टॉलेशन, लीड्स, प्लम्बिंग, हॉट वाटर। फाइंडिंग्स क्या है, फाइंडिंग डिस्क्रिप्शन में क्या क्या आपको पता चला है, कहाँ कहाँ आपने देखा है कि दिस इज यहाँ पे एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज हो सकते हैं, यहाँ पे कुछ लीकेजेस आपने फाइंड किए हैं। सो फाइंडिंग्स एंड डिस्क्रिप्शन, डिटेल एनालिसिस एंड आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज, कंपैरिजन करो, पॉसिबिलिटी कहाँ कहाँ है वो सजेस्ट करो, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कॉस्ट कितना लगता है, कब सॉल्यूशंस क्या क्या है, अलग अलग टाइप के जो एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज है वो क्या, उसकी लिस्ट अलग बनाओ। इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड पे बैक ऑफ ईच एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज, इन्वेस्टमेंट किया तो उसका पे बैक कितने साल में हो सकता है, कहाँ कहाँ डिफिकल्टीज आ सकते हैं, कहाँ कहाँ आपको एक गाइडलाइन देना पड़ेगा, आपको एक एक्शन प्लान देना पड़ेगा। सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स शुड बी देयर। आफ्टर दैट व्हाट आर द रिकमेंडेशन इन सिस्टमैटिक ऑर्डर, क्या क्या रिकमेंड करना है। ओके, कैटेगरी के हिसाब से कहाँ का इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट है, कहाँ का हाई इन्वेस्टमेंट है, दैट यू हैव टू रिकमेंड। इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, सो कहाँ का सेल्फ फंडिंग से हो सकता है, कहाँ पे कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग करना पड़ेगा, कहाँ पे एनर्जी सर्विस कंपनी से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करना पड़ेगा। कुछ जगह पे यू कैन सेव एनर्जी कॉस्ट टू फाइनेंस द एनर्जी एफिशिएंट इंप्रूवमेंट वर्क। कुछ जगह पे कुछ इंडस्ट्री से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करके आपको PMOs इम्प्लीमेंट हो सकता है क्या, बिकॉज जस्ट लाइक गवर्नमेंट आल्सो हैविंग नंबर ऑफ पॉलिसी, गवर्नमेंट से भी आपको फाइनेंस हो सकता है क्या। जैसे मेडा, ब्यूरो ऑफ एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी, दे आर गोइंग टू फाइनेंस समथिंग, क्योंकि आपको एक रिप्लेस टेक्नोलॉजी रिप्लेस करना है तो दैट इज गोइंग टू गिव सम फंड, ऐसा कुछ नहीं क्या। आफ्टर दैट मॉनिटरिंग एंड रिव्यू, मॉनिटरिंग एंड रिव्यू में आपने जो कुछ भी किया है, मॉनिटर किया था, उसमें आफ्टर ईच ईयर यू मस्ट अगेन एंड अगेन रिविजिट, तो अलग अलग फिर से 1 साल के बाद वेरीफाई करो कितने कितने सजेशन दिए थे, उसमें क्या क्या डिस्क्रिपेंसी आए हैं, करेक्शन टेकन किया है क्या, कुछ सक्सेस स्टोरीज हो गए क्या, क्योंकि we have suggested some actions. एक्शन हो गया तो उसको एक्शन ले लिया तो उस पे सक्सेस आना चाहिए, कहाँ पे सेविंग हो गया क्या. So all these things you have to follow. You have to take follow. Okay. And after each 5 years, you must again re-audit everything. So this is all about energy audit procedure. So energy audit procedure में हमें इंडस्ट्री का हर एक पॉइंट पे एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन अपॉर्चुनिटीज फाइंड आउट करना है, उसका रिपोर्ट उस इंडस्ट्री को देना है. ओके, सो थैंक यू वेरी मच.